Hello out there, Heavy Monte here. Welcome to the Heavy Montes podcast and my comedy show. Now, in America, somebody told me that Donald Trump gave a press conference today. And I watched a little bit of it. I can barely look at his ugly face. But he looked bad, America. He looked like he engaged in some plastic surgery. I ain't never seen an 80-year-old man with cheekbones like that. To me, American, I think he has one foot on a banana peel and the other one in the graveyard. Now, America, we want the press to get down to it. Huh? That means do their job. Go out and find out what's going on with Donald Trump's health. The man looked like he's dissolving. Somebody has compared him to the wicked witch of the east, from the Wizard of Oz. They say he's melting. His hands today, America, will look like they were falling off. Somebody said he came close to losing a pinky finger. But America, they also said they spotted his wife at the Walter Reed Hospital. Somebody said. And we don't know whether or not the president was there for anything. We did hear that there was some road closure. The road was closed to the hospital for a little while. So something's going on. And that's the drama, America. The drama of having a convict president who's got to make up stuff. You don't know when he's telling the truth, if he's telling the truth or not. But I can tell you, I have never heard him tell the truth. He's just a national liar. You know? You see what I'm saying, America? Now, they say he has dementia. They say he don't know what he's doing. And they said that J.D. Vance is ready to take over. And he had everybody, including Henry Monte, excuse me, allergies acting up a little bit. Even had Henry Monte thinking that he was going to resign today. When I said my morning prayers, I said, please let him resign. I don't care if we have J.D. Vance, everybody hate him, but they hate Donald Trump more. Because Donald Trump is making America the laughing stock of the world. See, America, the Republican Party, and Heavy Monte told you he worked for the government for 42 years. So I worked for several different presidents. And the Republican Party runs the same old trickle-down game. They want to keep the country in turmoil. Because, see, they control the vast wealth of the nation. Excuse me. In these red states, you see? They control everything. House, Senate, the governors, and they also take more federal money, our tax dollars, than they pay to the federal government. They're taking more, a lot of them. And they're the poorest of the poorest. And they're the most crime-ridden. Crime is bad in these places. Horrible. America. Horrible. A lot worse than what it is in these big blue states. Excuse me, in these blue cities. It's a fact. You can go check the statistics from the red states, and they'll show you they are bad murder rates, in the red states, in the red cities. You see what I'm trying to tell you? And I tell you what, take a city like Charleston, South Carolina. Man, there's so many people living in that place now. They're packing them in. The land is nowhere, and crime is high. They shoot up all the time. Look, that's my hometown. So I check out that city all the time. And crime is horrible. They say you can't even go downtown without a gun at night. You know what I'm saying? People tell me, we don't go anywhere in that city without a gun. You know what I'm saying? Because you might get robbed. You see? And so why is Donald Trump sending troops to places, to these big cities? These big cities know how to deal with crime. They say, give us the people, and we'll do it. He cut funding, for more policemen. Where you at, police? Huh? All you pro-conservative law enforcement people that got your ass whooped on January the 6th, are you still voting for Donald Trump? Huh? You still with them? Huh? You know what I'm saying? He want to use you as the palm to go in and beat up your people and arrest your people for nothing. Huh? You know? That's what he's saying. Eh? He's going to send the American people to arrest the American people. Look at him. Say it again. He's using our tax dollars, soldiers that's supposed to be defending our cities, and against bad weather, hurricanes, and stuff like that. And it looks real bad for the red states to send, their troops into these blue states. It looks bad. You know what I'm saying? And also, it's causing a wedge, a fight. Because as a blue state, and I'm sending you more money, and like California, and you bashing me and cutting me down at the same time, taking my money, I get a little upset. You see what I'm saying? We don't supposed to be talking blue state, red state. That's a bunch of bullshit. When the election is over, then everybody gets together and they work things out on the left and on the right. But now we can't even trust the Republicans because they don't even keep their word. You sign a deal with them, we're going to give some people some money in a bill. They pull the money from the bill. Low down, lying, dirty dogs. You see what I'm trying to tell you? And the money is always coming from the poor people. You know what I'm saying? Not food. Who gonna take food away from a poor person? Huh? You see what I'm saying? Who is not gonna get a system where immigrants can come into the country legally? We can do that in America. The only reason why we don't have an immigration policy is because of the Republican Party, because the Republican Party hates Hispanics. Huh? I don't give a damn where you're from. Cuba? You Cubans, they don't like your ass either. You know what I'm trying to tell you? They hate Hispanics, huh? Just as much as they hate black people. You see what I'm trying to tell you? They just can't find a legitimate reason to come at us, but they keep coming. You see what I'm saying? Huh? So Hispanics in Texas, do not vote for a Republican. Huh? Get out of that party right now. Get your name off of that party so you can vote them out. Huh? Because they might be coming for your mother, your sister, your brother, your wife, your children. Huh? That's what they're saying. Make a mistake. Say, oh, we kidnapped old poor Juan. Huh? He had the same last name, Martinez. A bad mistake. But we ain't sending him back. That's what you get when you're dealing with a low-down Republican Party. Now in America, getting back to Donald Trump's health, like I said, they say that the man is sick. And he looks sick. Very sick to me. I'm not a doctor, but I'm playing one right here on this YouTube channel. The man looked like a dog, man. He looked like a dog, people. Huh? That man should not. They had him dressed up in a suit. He looked like he was ready for the dang old casket. Y'all gonna laugh at him. I'm gonna ridicule him. Huh? He don't deserve no respect. Nobody in that Republican Party deserves any respect. And Gavin Newsom's on that. Gavin Newsom let them have it. And showing everybody how ridiculous you got a president putting up memes, you understand, selling Bibles, asking people to send them $5. I told you about my buddy, good old maggot friend. He ain't a maggot no more because they did him wrong. You know, they asked him to send $25. He sent the $25, and he said he made sure he checked the box that said one-time contribution. He said it took him 9, 10, 11 months to get them to stop taking that $25. And some of the people who they did that to, you can go back and do some search on this, needed their money. I know like somebody lost their house or car or something by sending them money. I don't remember, I can't recall what it is. But they're taking people's money, and Donald Trump is still sending for $5 from people. Send emails out. So please send me some money, And people are doing it, because the Republican Party are vampires. You see? You see what I'm saying? They're vampires. It's a scam. They got a scam. They're telling you, we know that the Democratic Party will give you housing and giving you, health care for your family. They don't care too. They want to, help everybody, get child care. Democrats want to do this stuff. But how are they going to pay for it? We shouldn't have to take our money and pay for somebody else. Pay for those people who ain't work. We shouldn't have to do none of that. You see what I'm saying? Then when they get in charge, they said, look, we got a policy. We're going to take all that money, $4 trillion, and give all that money to the billionaires. Huh? Now, be quiet. Don't do any town halls. We got these suckers. Except Donald Trump, he'll tell them. Donald Trump will come out and tell them, yeah, I got your vote. I don't need you anymore because I got your vote. You see? He said, it's stupid. And the veterans, man, he said, hey, you veterans like me? He said, we suckers. He said, what kind of person would put his life on the line for his country? You know what I'm saying? I was flying in the back of a C-4. My grandfather had passed away and I was in Korea. Excuse me, my younger sister passed away and I was in Korea. And I had to fly in the back of a C-4 airplane, scrapped, okay, with a Jeep in the back and just me scrapped in there. They flew me out and I was afraid. You know what I'm saying? But I was in the military. I could have died on that plane coming back from Korea. But my country came first. You see what I'm saying? My country came first. Huh? So, but America, the Republican Party don't care about the American people. And it's kind of heartless because how can you not, even if you're not a Christian, care about your neighbor, huh? Care about somebody else. I mean, I think we agree with everybody. I think at least I do. You know, my family or friends get hurt, I get upset. Not a Republican. The only thing they care about is the dollar, playing you for a game and creating somebody for you to hate. The guy who wanted to give you all that stuff, huh? The Democratic Party, huh? Because you paid money into your taxes, huh? And you paid these people's salaries to go out and figure out how to make your life better, huh? Huh? What the Republicans did with that big, nasty, dirty bill doesn't make your life better. Huh? What the Republicans are doing to check out our wonderful, lovely, beautiful people who we love, Hispanic people, that's not right. Huh? What the Republicans are doing to black people by saying we're going to put up the Confederate statues at the same time, we don't want children to see the history of slavery and torture. Huh? Slavery and torture where they had nothing to do with it. We have to put the history out there, America. Huh? And say all the sacrifices of people that created the nation and made it grow. And people of all races, I don't care if they only did that much to make the country better. They did something. Huh? They didn't spread racism. They didn't spread homophobia. Huh? They didn't spread misogyny. They didn't say that their religion was better than everybody's religion. The magazine Supreme Court will protect them, but won't protect a Muslim. Huh? But don't protect a Jewish person. Don't protect black people, huh? Just say, hey, look, I know you just got able to vote, but now we're going to take away the voting rights and cripple the Voting Rights Act because you black people, are moving too fast, huh? You're getting rich too fast, huh? But see, America is all a con game. You see what I'm trying to say? Because if you're working for all of the people, you won't be talking about the black people. You'll be talking about the people, all of the people. You see what I'm saying? You won't be putting black against white. You wouldn't be doing these things. You wouldn't treat the Hispanic people like that. You would create an immigration system, and you should do that in America because your ancestors, I'm talking about the white people that came over here, was given land, and removed the Indians that got kicked off their property, the black people who got kicked off their property, You see what I'm saying? You know, you should say, hey, look, we're going to make it where everybody have a fair, honest opportunity to enter the greatest nation on earth, not do what you're doing, and embarrassing us around the world. and saying America is a pariah country, we're in trouble, America. Heavy Monte lives in Europe. You see what I'm saying? Without Europe, America is nothing. Take it from the old man. I'll say it again. Without Europe, America is nothing. Huh? And they're messing up with Canada. See, it ain't like it used to be there. You can just take it, just go into somebody's country and bomb. America can hardly beat Vietnam. They're going to take on the whole freaking world by themselves? That make any sense? Huh? That make any sense, huh? You know, America's going to stand alone with no friends. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to import nothing. We're not going to export nothing. We're just going to be mean and nasty to the rest of the world. No, we're not. We're going to vote Donald Trump out. Huh? That's what we're going to do. This is Heavy Monte for the Heavy Monte podcast and the Heavy Monte Comedy Show. Don't forget, never vote for a Republican, and please subscribe to the Heavy Monte YouTube channel. And Donald Trump, one foot on the banana peel, look like a one in the graveyard. All right, America, but I can't say I pray for his health. He kissed my ass. Have a good day, America, and please subscribe.